entire time. On October 15th, 1973, Petty Officer Thornton received the Medal of Honor from President Nixon. So those are our recipients, and what I'd like to do now, and just maybe get it started with one question, and then we invite questions from the audience. My question is, as a Medal of Honor recipient, you are an inspiration to all Americans. On a personal level, who has or continues to inspire you? Who would like to take that? Bob? Bob?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here on behalf of myself and my fellow recipients. It's a privilege. It's an honor to me to honor our young Americans that are serving in Iraq and Afghanistan today, because they have the same challenge that I had almost 50 years ago. And I have a son that's serving over there now, and he's prepared and he's dedicated, and I feel that he is one of my heroes and all the other young Americans that serve in this great country. Thank you. Thank you.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Anyone?
I'll take that former question.
Yeah, okay. Bruce.
As to who has previously inspired me or continues to inspire me, I think previously was my family at the beginning of the Second World War. When my father went off to the Navy, my uncles all went off, and my mother became a welder in the shipyard, and my grandmother and great uncle came to live with us to raise us. And the action of not just my family, but the Americans who went off to fight that war was a tremendous inspiration to me. And today, the young men and women that are fighting it, the talent that they display and the dedication and the courage is a great inspiration and continues to be. So my inspiration is in the past and in the present and the future that's going to defend our nation.
Yes, question? Question?
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you. I wasn't even born then. What would you say to our serving men and women to further, to give them hope? Or what would be the last words you'd say to them today, just to inspire them, that are presently serving?
I had privilege to visit the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan 3 times last year. And every time I speak to the young Americans with appreciation for their service, I ask them to have faith in this great country of ours, and don't listen to the politicians, don't listen to the news media, because, you know, accept reality. You know what you're doing. When you see a young child in Iraq reach out and grab the hand of a young man or young lady with a smile on their face for appreciation for them being there, then that gives them the faith, and they know that what they're doing is worth fighting for. And they are fighting for this great country of ours. They're not fighting just for Iraq and Afghanistan and Bosnia and Kosovo and all those places that we got young Americans. They're fighting for the right to people to choose a government that will appreciate them and give them an opportunity in life. And that's what I say to them is thank you.
To reiterate what Bob just said is that I just returned from Germany to visit our troops in the hospitals over there, and you know, these young men and women each and every one of us are so proud of each and every one of them, what they stand for. But later on my trip back, I stopped in Afghanistan, the embassy of Afghanistan, and and what the young men and women are having the rights to do in that country now today, which they never had the rights before, to vote, to be politicians, to represent their country, to even to go to school. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And us as Americans, freedom is not free. And the young men and women who support our great country, as Bob's saying, is doing the justice job for all over the world, not just for Afghanistan and Iraq, but for our nation, for what they're standing up for. And as they protrude through the thing called terrorism, which they're trying to take away everybody's rights to live in this great world of ours free, but they're giving the rights back to the people of the world. So I tell those kids, thank you from the bottom of my heart, as Bob had just said.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of things I'd like to say, but I don't dare say them sometimes. But there's one thing I'd like to tell the young people is that the Constitution of the United States of America and our Bill of Rights were based upon actually the 10 Commandments. And we have people threatening the 10 Commandments, and they're threatening God, and they're trying to take it away from us and things like this. But if you read your Constitution, it says one nation under God. It says, in God we trust. That's on our money. And all these people love to spend our money, and they're spending money that says in God they trust. Well, you know, a lot of people don't really trust God, apparently, because of what we keep hearing. But there's one thing, without God, we can't have freedom. And we have our American soldiers, the Navy, our Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Army, all of them, from the Revolutionary War until today, have been fighting for freedom. Our nation was fighting for freedom when it became a nation. It fought the greatest war that this country ever fought, was the Civil War, to guarantee freedom to all of the people, not just a few of them. But our Constitution doesn't say anything about the race, color, or anything like this. They say the people. And I tell the young people that, you know, our Constitution also says, we the people. We are the government. The people are the government. Your representatives up there are who you elect to go and represent you. And you got to know that if you're going to be represented and they don't do what you want to, then you've got the right to vote them out again. And we got to remember that this nation is 233 years old, and it has the longest constitutional government in the world, and it has worked, and it will always work if we don't forget what our forefathers had given us. And that's the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the best in the world. And I think that our students and everybody should know the basis of how it was founded. And it's one nation under God, that's it. And that's what we were fighting for in World War II. That's what they're still fighting for today, one nation under God, but they're also fighting for freedom for other nations. And we're invited there to fight the war. We didn't go over and invade Iraq. We went over and we fought to free Iraq. And we are not fighting Iraq now. A lot of, you know, you think, everybody says we're fighting Iraq. We're not fighting Iraq. We're fighting the insurgents, the people who are coming there causing all the problems. That's what's going on over there. And I have the greatest admiration for all of these young men that are giving their life and wanting to support this great country of ours. It is fantastic, the way they take care of business over there and the people that they have influenced, the young people. They love the Americans, and